So, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. In sexual reproduction, right, what happens? Firstly, the common thing.
The pollen grains will meet with the female reproductive system, ma'am.
No. The basic in sexual reproduction. What is the basic? First,
Fusion female gamete.
there is formation of gametes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Formation of gametes, male and female. Then what will happen?
Fusion takes place, ma'am.
Yes, fusion or fertilization. That is the basic. So first we will talk about how the male gamete is formed, right? So let's see the parts of the plant of the flower. Okay. Here, what do we have here? You can see this one.
Yes, ma'am.
This colored part, right? That is
Yes.
our petal. And this green part, right? Like the petal, but it is in green. That is our sepal. Those parts are not involved. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In fertilization, only this petals for pollination. Okay. And we have this stick like structure, right? Bob stick.
Yes, ma'am.
That is our stamen, anther and filament. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
That is stamen. And the group, right? The whorl or gucha, right? That is called as androecium. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Androecium. Next, we have the female part, right? In the androecium, what is that? First, we have anther, and the next thing is filament. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, and here in the female reproductive part, it is known as carpel or pistil. It has stigma, style, then ovary. Okay. And this part, right, this whorl is called gynoecium. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And this ovary is on top of receptacle or thalamus. Okay. Then there we have the stem part, pedicel and all that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. These all are the parts of flower. In the formation of gametes, right? What is the condition? First, the cells, right? The individual cells, they are in 2n condition. For the formation of gametes, it becomes n sets of chromosomes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this cell division is known as meiosis. It happens in the formation of gametes. Now, first, let's see. Okay, let me draw it here. Again, let me draw. So this, right, when we cut topmost part, right, here we have our anther. Okay, and this anther is bilobed. One lobe here, the second lobe is here. Okay, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And here we have connective, which connects the lobe. Okay, connective. Then here we have, in one lobe, we have two theca. Okay, that's why it is known as dithecus. Dithecus. Okay, in one lobe, we have two thecus. Okay, that's why it is dithecus. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Anther is bilobed and dithecus. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, when you extend, right, this part, here only the formation of pollen grain, okay, happens. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So here, inside you cannot see. That's why I'm doing like this. Okay. Now let's see parts, right? We have here also the microspore will be formed here also, here also, here also, everywhere. Okay. Now let's see the parts. For one, okay. For one thecus, how it is, what are the layers? Let's see here. We have 3 outer layers and 1 inner layer, okay? The outer layers, right, it is for the protection, okay? And the inner one is for the nutrition. See here, what are the layers? Epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, okay? This is the epidermis layer, then we have the endothecium, then we have the middle layer. Okay, then we have tapetum, the outermost layer. Okay, these 3 layers is for protection, right? After the microspore, the pollen grain mature, right? For the dehiscence also, okay? For the dehiscence also, this is these layers, right? They get thinner and thinner, right? They will break at some point, okay? This point, okay? Then what will happen? The pollen grain will come out of it, right? Like this, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So next here the tapetum is for the nutrition. It provides nutrition for the growing pollen grain. Okay. The first thing we are picking one thicka. Okay. Inside that there will be many cells. Okay. Same type of cell. It is known as what? Sporogenous tissues. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next, these tissues, right? They are in which ploidy condition?
Diploid.
Yes, 2n condition. All of these cells, what will happen? They will form what?
Haploid, ma'am.
No. First, they will form microspore. This thing, right? It will grow and it
Yes.
will form microspore.
Genesis.
Microspore mother cell, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Or you can say this as pollen
Mother.
mother cell, right? Yeast cells. Then there will be what? Next stage?
Microsporogenesis.
Yes. And it will form what? Microspore. Okay. And microspore formation, right? How this one mother cell, pick this one mother cell, okay? Like this. First in the this is 2n condition, okay? Meiosis 1, what will happen?
And
N condition, two
yes.
cells, okay?
Hmm.
In the meiosis second, what will happen? Right? Four haploid cells will be formed, right? In meiosis 2. So this is our what? Microspore tetrad.
Okay, ma'am.
Microspore tetrad. Got it? And then the calase enzyme, right? It will separate all this microspore, and one of the microspore we are taking this microspore, okay, in condition. Now this is in gametophyte form, right? Next we have to make this into mature pollen grain, right? How will that happen? There will be what
They will
division?
mature, no, ma'am.
Huh?
After this microspore tetrad, they will mature.
Yeah, how they are maturing this microspore, right? How it is forming into the pollen grain. That's what I'm asking. So
They
first
dissociate.
there will be meiosis, okay? And there will be formation of two types of cell, okay? One cell, right? The bigger cell, okay? It is known as vegetative cell, okay? Vegetative cell, okay? Vegetative cell, sorry, cells, no, vegetative cell. On the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell, there will again one mitosis, right? So there unequal division will happen. This cell, right, it will go through mitotic division, mitotic. Okay. So one of the cell will be bigger, that is called vegetative cell. The other cell will be in its cytoplasm, and it will be known as,
Generative cell.
yes, generative cell. Correct. Generative cell. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So here we have the next, right? This is our plasma membrane, right? Again, this in the pollen maturation, right? We have two more layer. The inner layer is called intine, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Inner layer is called as intine. The outer layer is called as
Exine.
exine. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Exine.
Ma'am, just a minute, ma'am.
Let's see this one. Exine, right? It is made up of which layer?
Exine. Sporopollenin.
Sporopollenin. Okay.
Yes,
And this sporopollenin, what is that?
It's a.
Organic, right?
Yes, ma'am. It helps to withstand with alcoholic and alkalic
Most
conditions.
resistant.
Yes, ma'am.
Any enzymes, any alkali or any acid, it is not able to break this sporopollen. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, what is happening here? there will be pore. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
germ pore. Got it? This is the shape of our pollen grain. Any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
Next, right, in the most of the plant, right, the pollen grain is shed in two cell condition. This is our two cell condition. Okay,
Hmm.
60% of the plant, like this only, and this pollen grain will go on to the where stigma by pollination.
Hmm.
In other 40% of the plant, what happens, there will be another division here in the generative cells, right, there will be other division in the generative cells. Hmm. And it will form two male gametes. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
and what will happen then, this condition is called as three cell stage.
Stage.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
There will be in time and there will be exine. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then it will go to the stigma. Then it will go to the stigma. 2 cell 40 60 60 40. Okay. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Beyond that, before that, we'll talk about the, now this pollen is matured, right?
Yes.
Next, we'll talk about female.
Hmm.
First thing, let's see about the females. Females, what do we have?
Stigma,
Uh,
style, and memory.
yes, let's, I have drawn here. Let me draw it again. First, we have, this is our stigma. Then we have the style. Then we have the ovary. There is cavity, okay, inside this ovary, and that is called as locule, right? There are many types of locules. In morphology of flowering plant, you will learn, okay? Then there will be base, right, that is our placenta. There will be many types of placenta, basal placenta or uni, right, that
Cell presentation.
different types of placenta, axial.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. 5 types are there.
yeah, those types. So this is our placenta. Then on that top, what do we have here? What do we have here? See in this,
Where, ma'am?
this, let me see this one, this stalk. What is it called? Can you tell? And this is our ovule. This is our funicle. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's look into this figure. What do we have here? This is our stalk, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And stalk where it touches the ovule, that is called hilum. Okay, that area is called hilum. Okay, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And also here we will have what, integuments, like this. There is gap right here. That gap right here, only the pollen tube will come and meet up. This gap is called what?
Microphile.
Micropyle. Okay, micropyle. And opposite to that, that area is called chalaza. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So here in this is micropyle, and here it is chalaza. Any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
So these all are the parts. Okay.
Okay,
Let's now inside this ovule, right? There will be cells. First type, what will be present here? Nucellus. Okay.
Hmm.
Let me draw this ovary here and nucellus. Many. Like in the case of the male gamete, right? What did we have? We had sporogenous tissue. Here we have nucellus. Okay. One of these, right? One of these, right? It matures and it forms megaspore
Mother
mother cell. Okay. In that,
Yes, ma'am.
in this sporogenous tissue, all the cells formed microspore mother cell. In this, only one cell, okay, only one cell will be formed, okay, megaspore mother cell.
Yes.
And this here 2n condition, 2n condition, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
This next, what will happen? There will be meiosis, right? Meiosis 2n, then meiosis 1, there will be n, then meiosis second
4n.
or 4n.
3 will be
In
vanished.
3 will degenerate. Good. So 3 will degenerate. No need. Only I will be there. Here also only I will be there. Here also only I will be there. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
The other girls are not allowed to live. Very jealousy. You see in this here, this condition is called what? Monosporic. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And after that, this one cell megaspore. Okay, megaspore. Okay, now it has to mature and it will form the embryo sac, right? So there will be meiosis. Okay, mitosis,
Mm.
mitosis. Okay, three mitosis. Okay, for in first one mitosis. Okay, then this again two. Okay, and this again two. Then I told you,
2, 4, and 8, no, ma'am.
yes, got it.
Yes, ma'am.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I'm doing wrong. One first division, second division, and we have third division. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
4, 4, 8. So it will form 8 cells. Then what will happen? 3 cells, right? It will come here in the microspore, micropyle end, and the 3 cells will come here in the chalaza end. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And 2 will be here, right? 2 nuclei.
Yes, ma'am.
These 6, right? They will form uh, plasma membrane, cell wall, and this one, no, don't, not cell wall, because we are talking about animal cell. No, plant cell, sorry, cell wall will be present.
Okay.
Next, what do we have? This one and this one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
These two are called synergies, and these 3 are called
Antipodals.
antipodals. This two,
Polar nuclei.
polar nuclei. Okay. Next, what do we have?
Eggs.
Here in the synergids, there will be finger-like structures, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Calling structures.
Filiform
This is, yes, filiform. Okay. And this middle thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we had some space, right, in the integuments, right? We had space because here what will be present?
Egg.
Egg. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so this is our mature embryo sac in which we have the egg, and our pollen is also matured. Okay, this, and before this, we can learn about the pollination.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
we can do that. Yes, first let's learn about pollination. So both this we have here the male, the female gamete and the male gamete. Okay, here. So both are matured. Now we'll go to the pollination. What happens in the pollination? There are, right, two types of pollination. One is self pollination. The other one is cross
Cross.
pollination. Okay. Now the self pollination, we have the autogamy.
Yes, ma'am.
Auto means self, gamy means marriage. Okay, self marriage. In that, what happens? The pollen of flower, right,
Yes, ma'am.
will go to the stigma of the same flower. That is our autogamy. This pollen transfer, right? It is called autogamy, self pollination. Okay. Okay, and next case is getnogamy. Okay, it is self pollination only. Right, you can see here,
Yes,
right. There is cross pollination, right, from the anther of one flower, it is going to stigma of the other flower, but
Of
the
six
plant is same.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
plant is same, that's why it is self pollination. Okay, genetically self pollination, but when we see, it is cross pollination, right?
Hmm.
And that is called getnogamy, neighbor marriage. Okay, next we have this xenogamy. Here, what is happening? Pollen grain, right,
Yes, ma'am.
from a flower of one plant will go to the stigma of the flower of the other plant, same species. Okay,
Hmm.
That is called xenogamy. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And see, the autogamy advantages. What is the advantage of autogamy?
No variations.
Yes, no variation. The genotype is conserved,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And also there will be assuration that the flower will be formed. Okay, that is the autogamy advantage. And xenogamy advantage, it is variation. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
variation for the survival. Okay, and right, some of the flowers are they are very clever. How? Okay, viola, oxalis, and commelina, and also mirabilis. Okay, these three flowers, right, they are very clever. Why? Because they have two types of flower. One is closed type, okay. The other one is open type. So this closed type flower are called clistogamous flower. So this will assure, right, there will be pollination and new plant will be formed, okay, because it is closed. That's why it will be close to each other. The flowers will lie close to each other, so there won't be any chance of cross pollination. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
but if it is if the anther and stigma are lying close to each other, what will happen? Because this is closed, here we have bud type. Okay, the bud, it is closed, and here we have stigma, ovary, and this one anther, right? So it is closed, so there will be the pollination will be between these both only, right?
Yes,
Self
ma'am.
pollination, there is no other chance for the other plant to come into here, right? Other pollen, the pollen grain to go to other flower. That's why this is assured seed set. Okay, this produces assured seed set. Even in the absence of unfavorable condition, this plant will be go on. It will survive. It will keep on reproducing. Okay, and there for the then there is other flower, right, which is called plasmogamous flower. It is open, right? So here this cross pollination will occur. So here there is chance of variation, right? So these flowers are clever, they have both types of flower. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
got it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
And the pollination, right, it happens by abiotic and biotic factors. Okay, in the abiotic we have what? Water, wind, right? These are pollinators. And in case of the biotic, we have different kinds of animal, insects, birds. Okay, even us. So the plants, right, they adapt accordingly to the biotic and abiotic conditions. Okay, biotic and abiotic conditions. So we have this for insect, for adaptation for water pollination. There is adaptation for first wind pollination. Let's talk about first the adaptation for cross pollination, outbreeding devices. Self pollination, if self pollination is happening, right, continuously, what will happen? Inbreeding depression. Okay, inbreeding depression. So, for the self pollination to not happen, what are the things we do? What the plants do? Okay. First thing is dichogamy. What happens here? Here, the maturation, right, of stigma and pollen is not
At a time.
yeah, at the same time. So if sometimes the stigma will become mature at the time the pollen is not matured. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
if the pollen is released, right, if pollen is matured before the stigma, it is called protoandry. Okay, and if stigma is matured before the pollen, it is called protogamy. Okay, and this condition is called dichogamy. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
and next we have the plants. What do they do? First they do dichogamy, and the other condition, what do they do? They do heterostyly. And what is that? The anther and stigma, right? Their position will be different. Okay.
Hmm.
So that they won't be able to come into contact. Okay. The height difference. Okay. They will be apart from each other. And both the cases will prevent what? Autogamy. Next, we have self incompatibility. This you will learn in the pollen pistil interaction. Okay. When pollen grain falls in the stigma, right? The stigma, right? It will send the signals. Okay.
Hmm.
And chemicals, and the pollen will also send the chemicals, and they will talk to each other. And this stigma, right? It will see, is this my type of pollen grain or my species? It will
Okay.
see, and it will see if it is of the same genotype. Okay.
Hmm.
Same genotype, the alleles, everything is same. If it doesn't want self pollination, then it will prevent the pollen grain to germinate. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
it will prevent inbreeding depression. Next, we have declining or unisexuality. What happens here? In flower, in the plant, right? There is unisexual flowers. That means in one flower there is only male part. Okay.
Or female part.
The other, yeah, in other flower there is only female part.
Hmm.
This will prevent autogamy. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then hercogamy. Here what happened? Male or female gamete, they will act as barrier for self pollination. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
In the last one we have diocy. Okay. Here what happens? This will prevent both the geitonogamy and the autogamy. How? In one plant there will be only present male part.
Hmm.
Okay. The other plant there will be only present female part.
Good.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the next class, we'll do agents of pollination, adaptation for wind pollination. Any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
Understood, right? This thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Very easy,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Easy or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. It's easy. Ma'am,
Hmm.
do we have any deleted portion for NEET?
Neat. There was this MN, NMC and NTA, something like that. I don't know the portion I have seen, but there was some in the new NCRT book, right?
Hmm.
It was not based upon that. There was some extra portions.
Ma'am, like it is changed
This-
only for Karnataka, no, ma'am. The board
No,
portion.
no. The portion is same for everyone. You are in CBSE, right?
Yeah.
The portion will be same for everyone. And NEET also, there will the portion will be the syllabus they will give. Okay, there will be confirmation of the syllabus. You can see. I'll see again. Okay.
Hmm.
You are going to give NEET this year only.
Yes, ma'am.
Then have you tried? Are you studying 11th portions?
No, ma'am. Actually, I'm lacking 11.
Then how are you going to give only four? How many modes?
Like a few chapters are completed and few chapters are lagging.
And how is your chemistry and physics?
Yeah, ma'am. It is also like that only. Because in our college, they'll give us coaching, ma'am. Only on Friday and Saturday. And they have started from this year only. So my first year syllabus are lacking.
Okay. What are you going to do? Any
Mm,
planning?
yeah,
This
ma'am.
year
They
you're
have
going to
called
write
us. Yeah, ma'am. After our board exams, they are calling us to college so that they can complete their syllabus.
board exam. When is your NEET?
I think in the May, ma'am. I think so.
May. Okay. And when is your this exam?
It will be ending of February or starting of March.
March. So March. Okay. So what do we have here? March. June. After March, how many months?
1 month.
So in that 1 month you will do 12th, 11th.
Yeah, ma'am. They're planning.
How this is where you have to take it very seriously,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
1 month, within 1 month, how can you complete the whole 11th portion?
I'm not sure, ma'am, that NEET is in May only.
Hmm?
I'm not sure about the NEET date, ma'am.
Yeah, you know the approximate date, right?
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
yeah, you have to practice before itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. At least from now also you can start giving 2 hours for 11th questions.
Okay, ma'am.
Try.
Okay, ma'am. I'll try it.
Hmm. Okay, then any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
April, May. Only 1 month. Next year also you can give. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
because in next year you can focus more, right?
But
11.
my parents want to give it this year only, ma'am.
This year only, then you tell no, 11th you haven't done only. How can you give? Because, right, in NEET, right, many students are there, right? Competition and
Yes.
all of them, right? The selection happens to those who have learned 11th and 12th fully,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Physics, chemistry, biology, those people only get selected.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when you write the exam, you are only filling the number.
Yeah, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
This year you can just see how is the paper. You can try your
Mm.
best.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell your parents you want to try again.
Okay, ma'am. I'll give a try. Let's see what will happen.
Mhm. Don't get discouraged. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.